Hello and welcome to Life Coaching Comedians. This podcast has been sponsored by Moon Juice. That's right. Moon Juice is the resource for plant source alchemy to nourish and elevate body, beauty, and consciousness. Moon Juice celebrates the healing force of raw plants, herbs, roots, and nuts as daily nourishment, beauty tools, and high-powered natural remedies. You'll get free samples with every order by using the link in the description below. But guess what? I have a great client coming back, and I'm really excited to see him again. Please give it up for Paulie Stags, the
Hi.
world's worst stoic
I spelled
comedian.
stoic wrong. So
Yes, you did.
yeah, I was not I thank you for trusting me.
Yeah,
Uh but yeah, I
it's
didn't
no
mean
problem.
that. I meant the way it goes with one C.
Yeah,
Um Probably drinking coffee at the keyboard again.
I noticed that, but I thought maybe you wanted me to spell it that way, and that's totally fine.
And the stoic captain. No, I wish. It's just a mistake.
No
But yeah,
worries.
leave it up there, don't do anything about it cuz like it's okay to own your mistakes sometimes. I
Yeah,
spelled comedian right and it's a harder word.
it is. It's a much harder word.
So, I'm proud of that at least. And I'm grateful for
Polly,
that. Yeah, yeah,
Polly,
yeah.
Polly, you're
I'm
back.
grateful
It
for
makes
that.
me so happy to see you
Oh,
back in my virtual office.
yeah, I'm good. It's good to see you too. I like your walls. I
Thank
put a
you.
picture up for this. Yeah,
Wow. What
yeah.
is that a picture of?
It's a sand painting.
Did you
That my
paint
friend
it?
gave me. No,
No.
it's an OG original by this guy Watchman, I think is his name. But they're beautiful. I
Interesting.
think you can find them online. They're like it's not like some new shit. I forget when he
Mhm.
got it, like years ago. But yeah, there was a
Mhm.
gift given to me, and there's two of them up there.
Well, that's just
Yeah,
wonderful.
I read about
Well,
them once. I don't remember.
Polly,
Yeah, yeah.
um, I'm just looking over your file here from our
Okay.
last session, and we've been talking a lot about your anger
Hmm.
and how are you managing that?
I mean, overall, I think better, but
Mm.
when I lose it, that's how I lose it. You know,
Mm.
when I'm not doing good, I
When you
yell.
lose it, that's how
Yeah,
you
yeah.
lose it.
Yeah. Like I think when I get frustrated enough, when I get
Mhm.
agitated enough, anxious enough, pretty much anything enough, I get
Mhm.
like. Let me give you a good example, okay?
Mhm.
I go to the grocery store. You go to the grocery store. Like I know some people
Yeah.
can't quarantine.
Mhm.
Such is life. I've noticed a phenomenon where people go into the store and instead of having a mask on, they have a mask on, but it's like blinders. So it functions the same way as a horse's blinders. So they're
Mhm.
walking down, they're very self focused, they're looking at things and like not paying attention to anyone else around them. It's really like linear focus that I've been noticing in stores. And I never liked stores very much. I never liked malls very much. I don't like being surrounded by people who have material desires at that level. It's like being around people on coke. It's not my
Mm.
favorite thing, and like
Mm-mm.
I think they're high on something, and I get really
Mhm.
agitated. So like at a certain point, I'm just like, fuck this, I gotta get the fuck out of here, and I start moving quickly, and maybe I'll like leave some shit. If I'm with my girlfriend, she'll be like, "What is wrong with you? You were like freaking out." I'm like, "I gotta get out of here." So don't freak out. Can we not do this? And then she's like, "Well, you're freaking out," and then I'm freaking out more because I'm fucking losing it. So like anxiousness, like anything pretty much that like I feel to an extreme ends up channeling into anger. I think that's what I'm starting to
Mm.
discover. That's my
Mm.
go-to. So I'm like, motherfucker, if it's out of my control, if someone doesn't meet my expectations, like we talked about, if I'm in a situation I don't want to be in, I usually feel some anger. Managing that
Okay.
is not always a problem. But when that straw breaks the camel's back, I think the camels bite or kick. They're biters. The camel bites you, I think is what they say. I
So
don't remember, but
control is the stemming issue of your anger when you're
yeah,
feeling
that's fair.
out of control.
That's fair.
Okay. Okay. That's a good self-realization because you said it,
Yeah.
not me. You
Yeah,
said
I
it.
know. Yo, I'm with you, man. I
Yeah.
try to be aware, even if I'm not always in control of myself. Which if you're lucky, if you're always doing that.
But we are in control of ourselves. We really are.
Okay.
Now, we cannot necessarily control what we feel, but we can control how we react to it.
All the time we can do that.
We can if we're conscious. We have to be conscious, aware, awake.
So are you losing consciousness, or you're doing a bad job at controlling? Like
We
I
are.
know
We
maybe
are.
that's
We're
dealing in
losing.
absolutes. Maybe that's not fair.
We're losing consciousness. We're losing consciousness because we're allowing ourselves to be fully absorbed by our emotions where we can't
Mm-hmm.
think straight, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So like for example, you drop your ice cream. You're a child, you drop your ice cream,
God
and
damn
all you know is that your ice cream's dropped. You don't have it anymore, and you start crying. Oh, I dropped my ice cream. But instead, you drop your ice cream and you say, "Oh, my my ice cream has fallen on the floor,
it.
and
Mm-hmm.
that is why I'm feeling sad." But I can solve this. I can choose not to be sad because I know that I can walk right back into the ice cream store and get another scoop of ice cream.
All right.
You, you know?
Now, what if in those Alexander and the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day situations where it just keeps fucking coming, and you're like,
Mhm.
Jesus Christ, I just got done one thing, here comes another, and then my shoe's untied, and then the ice cream. I'm still the little kid, so it's like my shoe and the ice cream. I fucking skinned my knee. My mom will not buy us a Nintendo for Christmas. We can get anything else, but not the Nintendo. That sucks. And like, I don't know, man. I got my first D in algebra. So like, can you hear that? I got my first D in algebra. So
Yeah.
like, I don't know. You're having that real bad day, and then you have an
Mhm.
adult temper tantrum.
Yeah.
You know?
And you know why they say when it rains, it pours? Well, if you focus on the rain, all you see is pouring down rain, right?
This
It's
is
what we
true.
choose to focus on. If you wake up and stub your toe and say, God damn it, I done stubbed my toe, and now I'm gonna have a hard time putting on my shoe. And then you go to
Yo,
put on your shoe, and you're having a hard time putting on your shoe because you spoke that experience into existence. Now you're like, oh, now my foot's gonna hurt. And all day I'm just gonna have a bad day at work because my foot's gonna hurt. You're
all right.
attracting all the bad experiences into your life. But if
That's
instead,
Jimmy
if
Buffett. I
instead,
want to I want to I want to get with I think I got you here. Like I'm not a big
mm-hmm,
Jimmy Buffett fan, but I do know that when he stepped on a pop top, he stayed home for the day and made margaritas. So
mm.
is this like a silver lining kind of outlook here?
Yeah, absolutely. You want to find this silver lining. You can stub your toe and say, oh, that hurt, but let me just ice it for a second. Let me just breathe through this pain and it will feel
Okay.
better soon. In 5-10 minutes, I'll forget that I even stubbed my toe,
See, that sounds
right?
a little more even, like my speed. Like that's why I'm trying to dig that stoicism. I feel like if you're this angry, right, and you're
Mm-hmm.
like someone who gets real angry, and you start like throwing like, well, I'm just going to be happy at that, then you're out of balance. Like you're ping ponging, like, so I'm trying to keep it a little more stable. So I
Mm-hmm.
feel you. Like it's not like I stubbed my toe, so now I can have this, amazing fucking religious experience. I can just be
Mm-hmm.
like okay with it.
Yeah, exactly. You can be okay with it,
Okay,
you can accept it, and you know it's gonna get better. Just like,
fair
when you're
enough.
talking about your experience in the store, getting annoyed
Fucking
with
store.
people in the store, and you're right, Polly, they're so self-absorbed. They only care about themselves. They don't say,
The store only
"Excuse
cares about
me."
itself, so it's running the whole situation. It's like
Mhm.
fucking
But
spiral from the
instead,
top down.
you walk into the store, you see people being morons. You can choose to laugh at it. You can make complete light of the situation. Just laugh at it because it's pretty funny. it can be pretty funny when
It
you see
can.
people just in their own world. Or you can say, "Oh, these people are idiots, but at least I only have to deal with this while I'm in the store for 10
This
minutes.
is
I'm just
true.
gonna
Like
grab
what?
this one
Whenever I'm
thing and leave."
shopping, I got to deal with idiots, and then I can go home. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know. I have a hard time dealing with idiots. Not that I'm a genius or anything, but yeah, that really gets me sometimes. That wears on me like a little chisel.
Yeah. And
Like
you know what? You know what
it makes
else
me tired,
helps?
like physically tired.
You know what else helps is killing the idiots with kindness.
You can kill them that way.
Well, that's a figure of speech, but
Oh no, I'm all for it. Let's talk about this.
yeah,
So like, how do we do it? What's kind enough to kill an idiot?
Well, I'm trying to think of a good
You think you could choke
example.
them to death with a popsicle?
No, 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 not
It's
like
if
that.
it's a gift, it's a gift, and then they
Kill with kindness is just,
you could choke them with
it's a
chocolate if they're
it's a
allergic to
figure
chocolate.
of speech, Polly.
Yeah, but I think there's something there. Okay, all right. I'll think
Okay,
about it for homework. How's that?
it's there is something there. The idea is
Yeah,
okay. So I'll give you an example.
yeah.
And what do you do for work, Polly?
I teach music and I teach theater and I do this stuff
Okay.
and I
Okay.
edit sound. I do a lot of stuff.
Okay. So
PaulieStags.com if anyone
so
cares.
have you ever had a student come to you and they're just so frustrated about something or they're upset because they got a poor grade and,
Yeah,
it's their
yeah,
fault. It's their
absolutely.
fault, right? But
Absolutely.
they're upset at you.
Hmm. Fair
Have
enough.
you ever had a situation like that
I
before?
mean, I'm pretty good at preparing my kids, but I can think of times like when I've had other jobs with like a sales
Yeah.
situation where I
Yes.
disappointed a
Yes.
client by
Hmm.
accident, and I think any good salesman
Yeah.
knows that's going to happen to you.
Yeah. You're gonna have
Yeah, it
people.
doesn't feel good when someone was
Yeah.
relying on you and you couldn't come through either because you fucked up or because somebody above you couldn't let something go through right. Like there's all kinds of reasons, but it sucks to
Yeah.
disappoint people, I think.
Or just not even anything that you did, just having someone come to you angry, frustrated for
Yeah.
something that happened that had nothing to do with you, and they're projecting it on you,
Ah,
right?
yes,
That's
yes,
that's a
for
solid
certain.
label idiot. That's a solid labeled idiot right there, you
Really?
know?
Just because of how they're behaving?
Yeah, that's idiot.
Okay,
It's idiotic behavior.
fair enough.
It's like when you call, it's like when you it's like when you call, your cell phone company because you dropped your phone or your bill got messed up
Mm,
and you get that person on the phone and they're trying to help you. They're not the person that screwed up your bill.
yeah.
They're not the person that
Okay.
dropped your phone.
I'm pretty
But
decent
because
with those people. Honest
yeah,
to God.
yeah.
Honest to God. Like I'm not trying to like put on airs here and come off mean. Like they're just following their script. They're trying. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
that whole system's
So
fucked up. That's what gets me
so
crazy.
let me tell you, one time Polly,
Yes, ma'am.
I called my internet service provider. And let me tell you, I hate calling companies. I think we all do because you're on hold, you have to wait to get your issue, and it's
Because
never a
everything's
fun
wrong
time.
and they're not paying enough people enough money. I
Exactly.
feel bad
But
for the
let me
workers.
tell you someone that killed me with kindness. They killed my ego with kindness because I could have
Okay.
easily been a
Okay.
bitch and impatient. But he was so fabulous. He's like, "Yes, honey, how are you doing this evening? I'd
Okay.
love to help you if you let me." I didn't even say anything yet. I said, oh, it's so refreshing to hear, an individual like that." And I
Yeah,
just
someone
immediately
talking to you like a
bespoke
person
him.
real quick.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, and that, which makes you feel
yeah,
like you are one, right? Too.
yeah, yeah,
Like that's a good thing there. Yeah.
yeah,
It's tough when you hear a script and you know it's a script. That's really good.
yeah.
I'm glad you
So,
noticed that.
if the idiots in the grocery store are bothering you that much, if there's a particular person that's bothering you that much, why not ask them how they're doing today?
I still, think there's some merit in the popsicle stick idea, but I will try it your way.
Yeah. Or maybe
Okay.
you can carry the popsicles and say, hey, have you
Been
tried these
choked on a
popsicles
popsicle
before? They're
today.
really
And just
delicious.
hope they trip. I mean, I feel like if you're floating enough popsicles out there, something's gonna happen. So maybe I should be the popsicle man.
Maybe.
Yeah. If popsicles are kindness, that is. I'm
Yeah.
gonna kill someone with kindness unintentionally.
Yes. Yes. You get it.
Yeah, I get
It's a
it.
killing of the ego because the ego plays the victim
Yeah.
and the ego also plays the judge. And when we're
Every time I think I
not,
got him down, he comes back too. That bastard.
yes, it's an ebb and flow. It's an ebb and flow. But when we're present and just being, noticing, not indulging in our emotions, then we can be free.
Yeah, that sounds fun. I could get into that.
Yeah, it's a
All
pretty
right.
groovy
Fair
time.
enough. Fair enough. I don't know, man. I still lose my temper. I do feel I'm getting better at it though. I don't know. I like so are you saying that this is manifestation, this idea of like manifesting different attitudes, choosing to take different attitudes toward things. Is that what we've come to from this discussion?
Yes, that has to do with manifestation.
Yeah,
Manifestation
dial me
means,
in on that a little bit. I want to
yeah,
understand it more now that I'm on this wavelength of understanding with you. I still
absolutely, Polly.
am thinking
Absolutely.
about the popsicle sticks. I have to be honest. Okay, I'm really
That's
trying my
okay.
best. I can't. If you're concerned about that, if there's things you have to do as a professional, I'm just letting you know. I want to be responsible, but I'm still thinking about a few people I'd like to choke with a popsicle stick.
Okay. And it's
Okay.
okay to have those thoughts.
Okay. It is. Okay, because I
You know.
worry. I feel like worrying is the first step to being okay.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just
Anyway,
just try not to engage into the thoughts too much.
no, I mean I haven't had popsicles in the house for years, but I hear
That's
you.
good.
I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Well,
manifesting. Anyway.
yeah, so manifesting, that's when you're creating your own reality. And in order to create your own reality, you first have to change your outlook and your attitude towards the reality that you want. And then you have to be mindful of your words and do all the actions necessary to create that life for yourself. So I'm sure you've seen a lot of things on the internet and IG where people just say, "Hey, just speak it into existence and it will happen." But there's more to more to manifestation than that. So, for example, let's say you want to manifest performing at a comedy club in New York City that you've always dreamed
Mm.
to
Mm-hmm.
perform at. First, you have to believe that you're worthy of being there, that you're deserving of performing there. You have to believe it. Not just say it, but you have to believe it. And you have to visualize yourself being there. And
Very
you have to
harsh critic of
speak.
myself. That's a hard one. Sometimes
Mm,
getting there, right? Like the first step's the hardest one sometimes.
mm-hmm,
I can
mm-hmm,
try and be aware of that, but yeah, definitely as someone who like, went to music school, had to like perform in front of people. I don't like get nervous on stage, but I think that I definitely get the imposter syndrome is what it's popular to call it,
We
right?
all do,
Yeah,
Ollie.
yeah. I mean,
We
I
all
think
do.
comics get that from what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get any other I mean, you don't need to name names, you know what I'm saying? But there is no employee, what is it, the confidentiality? You don't have any of that. So you can
Oh,
name
no.
names if you want to plug them.
Oh,
Does
yeah,
anybody else have
absolutely.
my problem there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Honestly,
I got a
every comedian
website.
that's been on my show has imposter syndrome, except a couple of cockier
Wow.
ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the cockier ones, I tell you, the arrogant cockier ones, they get the bigger shows because they have that attitude, you
God,
know?
I feel like I don't want to compromise coming
You
off
don't
like a
have
cocky
to.
person.
You don't
So,
have to.
like it's a tough line to balance. Like I really like value my humility because I have fucked up in front of people before in
Mhm.
comedy and in
Mhm.
life, and I
Mhm.
think that that's an important lesson to learn.
Mhm.
But like to be humble, but like So it really turns me off sometimes, and I'm like, man, I got to do more of this. Like, but man, I know that there's always someone better. Like, so is there anything wrong with
Well,
that? No, no, but
mm,
it makes you
I
think
wouldn't say
sometimes when
that
you're
there's
like,
always someone better because everyone is different and everyone has something different to offer. It's just a matter of being good at what you do and being
right,
flawless at what you do because everyone's going to be different. And you don't have to
mm,
be cocky and arrogant
it's not
to
fun.
have the confidence that you need. You can start working on your confidence today by looking in the mirror and say, I, Paulie Stags, am a badass comedian. I'm so funny,
It's
and
true.
I am going to book all the hottest comedy clubs in New York City. And at the same time, I'm a
Or
people
Pittsburgh and the surrounding
person.
area, because I like it out here. Chicago, Minneapolis, keep me in the
Mhm.
middle of the country.
Yeah.
I don't want to go back to New York right now. But I
Don't
feel
go
you.
to New York.
I could go. I could manifest another city. I'm
You
going to
can go anywhere you
Toronto.
want.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
You can
Uh,
manifest the comedy that you want.
Cleveland.
Nobody likes Ohio.
Yeah, I'm not a fan, but I'm going to see a show there for another comedian, so it's close enough. You got to go sometimes. It's not my favorite place to be. Okay, okay, I feel you. I feel you. So
Yeah.
then what? That's the first step. You're saying you manifest that
Oh, excuse me.
that's for you.
Oh,
That's it.
yes,
Well, it's okay. It means you need to take some air in. Take some air in. It's good
it's
thing.
true.
Yeah.
When you yawn, it means the brain isn't getting enough oxygen.
Yeah. If you're breathing right when you're singing, it's a lot like yawning.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Just a little, free advice for you since you've been so kind.
Oh,
Yeah.
Polly, so generous of you.
Anytime. Anytime I can help.
So, yeah, the first step is the mindset, the
Okay.
visualization, and then doing the work.
Mm-hmm.
Keep performing. Keep
Mm.
performing where you can. Keep communicating what it is that you want, what you're looking to achieve. And then you'll find yourself on that big stage that you wanted to be on. And then you do that, then you're like, okay, what's the next thing?
Mm.
But you can start small. If you're not ready to go big, you can start small. You can start with something like, I want to be, I want to get three shows this week,
Mm.
or I want to do 3 podcasts this week.
So, I mean, this sounds like, look, skeptic again, and again, nothing wrong with these things. They've been around since people have been around, but it sounds like praying for intentions, honestly.
Hmm.
And it sounds like, you know, it sounds like a lot of things that people do in magic when they're trying to make things happen. The mindset idea that you're pushing out there, and goal setting, right? Like, so,
Hmm.
like, are we calling this the same thing? Is there something different about manifesting that makes it more attractive to certain people as like a flavor, a school of thought? You know what I'm saying?
Well, a
Or is this like
manifestation.
something that you can like
Hmm.
see in a bunch of different places? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But you
Yeah.
gotta, the only way that you can make a skeptic not a skeptic about manifestation is if they do it, you know?
Well, I think this is where the skeptic comes from sometimes, right?
Mhm.
There's words for that. People don't like them, but there's words for that, like praying for intentions and setting
Mhm.
goals. So I'm like,
Mhm.
why do I need a word? No offense to anybody who needs the word manifestation, but like, I'm like, why can't I just call it what it is? I want direct language. It's my Italian in me, I guess. Like he's coming out again, but he's like, yo, like, I get it. Like,
You
let's
can
just
call
like,
it manifestation, you
I
can
don't need
call
to
it
pray to
creating the
God,
life of
whatever.
your
It's a,
dreams, you can call it hard work, you can call it praying, but at the end of the day, it's a combination of all those things, Polly.
okay.
It's not it is it could be praying, it's or
Yeah,
just
there's
if you
words
don't
for it everywhere. I think there's a yoga that means that. So like if
maybe.
I remember my Gita, so like it's not a new concept. So sometimes I wonder and I see people throwing that word around and I
Mhm.
get skeptical because I'm like, you're getting so excited, but like this isn't new. Or maybe you just haven't seen it anywhere before and you're seeing it like this for the first time and it is exciting.
That's exactly what it is,
You
Polly.
know?
It's
Maybe I hadn't
it's
thought about
things
that.
have to be presented differently for people to get it to click, you know?
Yeah, you dial it
It's
in for yourself.
it's
Okay.
like diets, you know, it's like all the different diets that are out there, you know, not all of them do the same thing, but you know, it's like it's the same thing presented in a different way, information dissected differently for
Hmm.
someone to be able to absorb it and understand it.
Yeah, I get real weird with the my kung fu is better stuff, and like that I think makes me skeptical when I hear words being thrown around, or so like I hear like
Mhm.
that. So I don't know. Maybe I'm just an asshole.
Maybe.
It's
I
possible.
mean,
It's
lots of
possible.
assholes have anger
Very
issues.
possible.
So.
There you go. Maybe I'm definitely an asshole sometimes.
Mhm.
Yep.
But you're working on that, and I think you're
Yeah.
doing a
Thank
and
you.
I think you're doing a good
Thank you
job.
for noticing.
You know, Polly, I wanted to ask you,
Hmm.
um,
Yeah.
after our last session, have you told your coffee thank you?
I haven't thanked my coffee like that, but I've been like grateful to have coffee. We got a lot of coffee during the holiday. And I had
Mhm.
a lot of coffee to play with because I replaced my French press with the same one. And it's
Okay.
been very relaxing little ritual to get in there and really like know exactly what I need for, like I got it down to the gram and the amount of ounces in water for like
Oh,
each level
wow.
because it's a big press. So there's not
Mhm.
one, if I'm making a couple cups for myself, that's like, this is my, and I got some nice techniques too that I picked up recently. You're a French presser,
Oh,
right?
I am.
You can play with
What are
them.
some of
I
these
mean,
techniques?
I found like all these different Italian baristas talking about like different things they do, and some of them I like, some of them I don't. One guy never stirs, so he wakes it up. You do the off gassing. Do you ever do that? Should I start there?
What's off gassing?
So if you wet the beans just enough to immerse them,
Mhm.
stir them up real quick, or maybe don't. I like to do it so they don't clump, kind of like when you wake up tea. If you've ever done that, you
Mhm.
leave it for 1 minute like that, and foam comes up, and that's like all the gas. And then I pour water over it. Now, I used to stir it there
Mhm.
too, but I've been stirring less. I do the one stir to wake it, then I pour the water up, and I just let it chill. And then after like
Hmm.
4 minutes or so steep, I stir real quick before I press it down. One guy never does that. He says he lets it all sink down, but I'm like, then I'm losing temperature. I want it hot. So, I'm a little, I've been having, you see how much fun I'm having with this French press?
So the
This stuff keeps me
stirring
calm.
helps it
Obsessive
keep the
behavior.
temperature, helps it keep the heat?
No, I guess it's the way the oils distribute.
Hmm.
So, like, if it's all chilling together at the top, it's kind of floating there. You can like stir it at the end. I don't know if one way is better than the other, but I'm finding I
I've
like
never
that.
stirred before. I've never stirred
Never
before.
stir. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I like to kind of distribute it through, give it a second, then press it right at the end.
I just get the hot water, I fill it up, I
Nothing
let
wrong
it
with that.
sit.
I get very ritualistic about food because it keeps me calm.
Mm.
When I'm in the kitchen,
Mm.
I'm like mise en
Maybe
place.
you should
I'm
start
doing my
getting
shit.
ritualistic about everything in your life to keep you calm,
Really,
like
that's a
going
good
to the
idea.
grocery store.
Okay, talk to me here. That I can get behind.
Well, do you have a plan when you go into the grocery store, or do you just
Yeah,
go
I
in
have a
and
plan.
just
I'm not a go. I shop for two of us when I'm in there, so I'm pretty good. I even
okay.
have a multiple grocery store plan. So I
Okay.
am
And then do you always
obsessive about
start
the
in the same
situation.
section and
Oh, I start
go
at the
through?
same store because that Aldi's got the
Mhm.
prices, and then like there's only certain things I buy from the other spot because like you can spend $30 in a second on some crackers at the shop and save. It's crazy. So
Mhm.
yeah, I'm a stingy shopper, but I'm a very good shopper. I'm very good in the kitchen, so I really like to like plan my grocery store shopping. I think that might be why I get frustrated sometimes. Maybe I'm going at the
Mm.
wrong time. Maybe I can't go at the right time. But yeah,
Hmm.
if I know when they're getting deliveries, I'm there on that day for produce. Let me put it that way. Like when they've
Okay.
stocked. Okay.
Have you thought about getting your groceries delivered?
No, absolutely not. I'm too obsessive with that. I need to squeeze the fruit, smell it.
Mm.
Yeah, I can't be letting somebody throw my fruit into the.
What if you had some of
Maybe
your
for dry goods,
groceries?
that would help.
Yeah,
Yeah. I
exactly.
think we're on the
Yeah,
right. Because who's gonna fuck up a bag of rice, right? If they break that, they just send
exactly.
me a new one. No, that's a
And
really
then it
good way of
makes your
thinking.
grocery trip shorter because now
And I
you're
feel
only
like I'm
getting
running a pro
produce.
kitchen. Like, yeah, like I'm like the head chef over here. I'm like, I got this
Mm-hmm.
coming in. This one I'm gonna go shop for. That's a smart move because even those chefs order some things in bulk, even when they go to like the seafood market every day or something.
Yeah,
You,
absolutely.
you can have a ton of sushi rice in the back.
Well, that's going to be your homework, Polly. I want you to, you've
Sunflower
already have
rice.
a plan that you've been doing for the grocery shopping, but
Mm-hmm.
let's reassess that plan
Mm-hmm.
so it helps you get less angry.
Okay.
I think that will be
Yeah.
I
Maybe
think
the
that'll be
seltzer
good.
water. I hate dealing with that too. You gotta, it falls down. It makes me.
I think that will be I
Yeah,
think that will
I
be a
got you.
good homework assignment for you
I
is
think I can
to
manage that.
yeah.
All
And
right.
then, maybe you can research more about manifestation and maybe you can decide to give it a different name so you can actually use
Yeah.
it so it works for
As long
you.
as I'm not thinking of it wrong, like I want to be clear about it, and I want to be
Mhm.
like, I think again, like whatever you call it, you don't have to call it prayer. I just like that. That's like the thing people called it when they invented it. So like I don't want to change that too much.
Well, it's not just that. It's not just that, but
I'm not even like religious, but I'm just like, yo, like that's a big part of like being a people is that
mhm.
that's your history. Like you were like, what the fuck's going on? I don't have
Mhm.
scientific method yet. I'm trying my best to figure it out. So people did shit and they had
Yeah,
rituals. And I think it like is what makes you a person. So maybe that's why it brings me comfort.
maybe.
It's not like an
Maybe.
OCD thing. I definitely choose my rituals, but I'm like, I don't want that shit disrupted. I need that for my peace, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what we're working towards is more peace for Paulie Stags.
Yeah, that would be
Peace for
nice.
Paulie Stags. If you're out there and you've been struggling with anger or maybe you have overcame anger and you're anger free, whatever the case may be, you can always connect with Polly
Yeah, yeah. Shoot
on
me a tweet or
IG.
something.
Yeah.
Instagram's great. You can watch me play steel drum. If I find more time, I'll put more up for you. Yeah. No, thank you for
Yeah.
that. It's a very nice plug you got there. I
Of
was gonna
course.
ask you if you don't mind. Like, I don't know if you have any of that moon juice lying around.
Oh, I don't have any moon juice lying around, but
No,
if
no.
you use that link in that description,
Okay, I can definitely get some.
you can definitely get some.
Now, sex dust. Do you sprinkle that if you're trying to manifest more of it, or like is it just like like Gold Bond? If you like, you
To
just
my
sprinkle it on yourself for
understanding,
health.
and how my body reacted to this
Okay.
sex
All right.
dust is it's kind of like a natural cocktail for sexual arousal.
Oh,
So
like an
think of it as nature
aphrodisiac.
Cialis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Nature's oyster.
nature
Yeah, I got you.
Cialis. Yeah,
All
it gets
right.
the blood flowing in the right areas and
I feel you. Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Jam that with some maca root in like a a nice West Coast oyster,
yeah.
and
Maybe
I'll
you can
be.
add that into your French press and you and your girlfriend can have a lovely Sunday
That would be
brunch.
awesome. No more gas station wiener pills for me. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though those
Great.
gas
I've
station
never
wiener
taken one of
pills,
those. I'm scared for my
ooh,
heart.
I've had some times back in my day, Polly, with those gas station
Hey
wiener
man, I
pills.
don't blame you. I took NoDoz a lot when I was in high school, so I've definitely bought questionable medications at a fucking gas station before and taken them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
Seven
who
Eleven usually
hasn't?
has
7-Eleven, you
some.
had we had a lot of Sunoco's in our area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Sunoco was our place for NoDoz and Exxon. Man, that was the local
Yeah.
guy. Maybe a Wawa. No, Wawa didn't have NoDoz.
Polly, you sound like a real fun guy.
Ah,
Well,
thank you.
I do hope that you come back again
Oh, I'd love
and
to.
yeah, it'd be great to see
Oh,
you.
hopefully, I'll be
And
calmer still.
yeah, I mean, you're very calm in your sessions, so
Oh, thank you. I
yeah.
don't think I'm like, I'm not like a throw furniture across the room kind of guy, but like it's not like I haven't done it before, you know?
Well, that's good.
So
I don't want to throw
thanks.
furniture.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today.
Yeah.
And make sure you subscribe. You can hit the bell on YouTube so you're notified every time a new client comes through my office. I'm here every Sunday at 10 a.m. And make sure you're drinking your water, you're practicing rituals and breathing and staying calm. I love all of you so much. Polly, I love you too.
Oh,
And
thank you. I can
namaste.
express. I love you. Namaste. There you go. That felt good. Wow.
Namaste.
Namaste.